sister. Madam Fossey, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Fomuso.
You are a mother of 8 children, and I learned from in the Bamileke tradition, there's this practice of breast ironing. Are you aware of it?
I am aware of it, and I even practice it in some of my children, and the children and some of my nieces.
So, what is your experience with regards to the breast ironing that you've done on your children and your nieces?
Yeah, Madam, I did it. As of now, my standpoint, I look at it to be ignorance, because like the breast ironing thing, we agreed to see it up from my parents. It is a traditional belief that when the breast of a young girl shoots early, it will attract men to her. But with my standpoint today, it's not true, because the God who created us and sent us to this world has a time for everything. Every girl has to develop according to the way God plans his for her. For example, I did it for my first 2 girls and 2 of my nieces. Then for the rest of the children, I never did it. But as of today, like my first daughter, where I actually practiced this breast ironing on her, she has a set of twins today. The sizes of her breasts have just remained like that. It was after birth that the size increased a bit. But when it comes to flowing, there's no problem in flowing. It flows normally, though the breast went for some time, but it still came out. Then for those people that have not done it, and the nieces that I did for, theirs never had the effect like my first daughter's own, because theirs, it never even went as it was supposed to do. Yes.
So what did you use in ironing the breast?
I used the mortar pestle and the hand stone. I first took the mortar pestle, I passed it on flames until when it was warm, I had to use it to actually smash it until the nodule that was inside the breast now almost gave way. It's painful because when I was doing it, I was not having it easy with the children. Or the hand stone, I also pass it over fire and actually press it until that nodule that is inside gives way.
When you say hand stone, what do you mean by hand stone?
That small part of the grinding stone that we use to grind.
Okay, the small stone that is used for grinding.
For grinding, yes.
Stone. Okay. Now you mentioned from the onset that you did it as a result of ignorance.
Yes.
If you had to advise other women who are still practicing it and they have the firm belief that it should be done, what would you say?
Okay, from my own standpoint, this practice is an archaic practice that I don't even wish it to continue, because medically, because I went to some medical people who advised me that this practice is not really good, because it ends up giving some girls breast cancer. That you don't tamper with the child, with the young girl's breast as the thing is developing. Our pressing like that or grinding does not stop the size. It's only with my first daughter that actually stopped the size from developing. For the rest of the people, they had their normal sizes. The breast is big. So because of this idea of having it medically that it can lead to breast cancer, I don't see it like a good practice. I instead tell other women to abstain from this type of a practice.
From your standpoint now, you think ignorance is what is pushing people to do this?
Yes.
How do you think we can help the women in the village to educate them, come out of this practice?
Yeah, we can.
Your mother, and you practiced it on your own children.
Yes.
What was the reason?
As I grew to know, they say when a young girl is coming up and these breasts shoots out more fast, young boys too will be attracted and they'll come to these girls. So my own intention was also to keep these young boys away from my daughters. Pardon?
Stop. Don't stop her. I start again with this very question here, so that you take it over again. You got the idea of you got the idea of breast ironing from your mother, and you practiced it on your own children because she did it on you.
Yeah.
What was your reason of doing this, having this practice on your children?
My reason of doing this was to keep the men away from my children, and for the children too, for my daughters too, to attain a certain age before they develop these breasts.
From the onset that you did this breast ironing because of ignorance, and I'm sure that many women in the village do it out of ignorance. What can you advise at this stage?
Yes, at this stage, and from the experience I've had, I see this breast ironing to have more disadvantages than any. I don't even know of any advantage. So from my standpoint, my advice is that somebody should take the breast ironing issue as a project. When you take up this project, you organize and go to the different villages, rally these mothers in the village who do not know them anything, talk to them, explain to them that this breast ironing thing has more disadvantages, and that subsequently they should not do it because there's no advantage that we gain from it.